All right, now we're good. Okay, good evening. I would like to call to order the May 23, 2022 Lake Washington School Board meeting. Let the record reflect that all board members are present, except for Director Felicia, who is excused. There's an update under the current update for the guidelines for attending board meetings. That's in Proclamation 20-28.15, as well as in the Open Public Meetings Act and the Public Records Act. There does remain a prohibition on in-person meetings, but there's an exemption for meetings that comply with the guidelines for business meetings in the miscellaneous venues guidance. That guidance states that governing bodies may opt to hold in-person meetings with no restrictions on capacity, no physical distancing requirements, but all modified Facebook requirements must be followed. That proclamation is set to expire at the end of this month. Board values public participation and engagement in the meetings of the board. The board will also continue to comply with all laws related to the Open Public Meetings Act and all emergency requirements for miscellaneous venues related to COVID-19. That guidance cannot be met. The board must hold its meetings remotely and provide access via live stream. As I mentioned, that guidance is expiring though at the end of this month. The board will, the proclamation is expiring at the end of this month. The board will notify the public of the location of its meetings through the meetings tab of board docs. At this time it is planned by the board that all meetings will be in person. This meeting and the meeting that follows are being live streamed on the district's website. If you are unable to live stream the meeting, you may call to listen. That phone number is 425-936-2813. Conference ID is 37127. Okay, and I have the wrong agenda. Okay, the first topic for the study session tonight is budget and planning process. So we're getting a little late start, so I'll stop talking to Dr. Holman.
Okay, thank you. And so tonight is an update for the board in terms of where we are in process and just information around updated current budget and look ahead budget as we enter into this very unique budget planning season, knowing that we're thinking about how do we ensure that our revenues align with expenditures in the long term, but our system is currently returning from COVID, and the impacts of that are continuing. And so making sure that we have the supports in place for 22-23 to support our schools, our students, and our staff will be important as well. And so just want to walk through a few of these different pieces. Associate Superintendent Barbara Postumus and I will share in the presentation tonight. And so a couple of outcomes for the board tonight. One, that you understand the guiding principles for our strategic planning process, knowing that our budget work is directly tied to our strategic efforts. As we think about prioritizing our budget and our efforts, both of those go hand in hand. Second, that we reference the policy requirements for budget planning, because it's always good to ground ourselves in what are the requirements that we have, and that the board understands our current budget situation. I'd be remiss if I didn't start with a few of our grounding principles. First is our mission, each and every day, working towards an effort to graduate each and every one of our students. As we do our budget work, as we do our strategic work, that is a primary focus for all of us, and our vision of ensuring that each of our students are future ready. Those are words on paper, but it's actually a reality that we're striving towards. And you think about all of the work that we do, it's all in service of our mission and our vision. Our commitment to equity, and this is something the board has previously seen, but the idea of our commitment to equity is to ensure academic success for all students by closing opportunity gaps for students and providing equitable and inclusive working and learning environments for all students, families, staff, and communities. When we think about, what does it mean to commit to equity, and what do we accomplish? It really is in service of removing the predictability of success and failure that currently correlates with race and other social factors, to interrupt inequitable practices, examine biases and create inclusive school environments for all of our students, and to discover and cultivate the unique gifts, talents, and interests that every human possesses. So when you think about our mission, our vision, our commitment to equity, and really the outcomes we're hoping to achieve by committing to this work, this really is what it's all about. And tonight is about our budget, which is a primary focus of the work and what drives our ability to accomplish these goals. And so I want to briefly talk about the policies that we think about when we're going through our budget work, some of the process and timelines that are associated with it, because this is an activity we do in the spring, but there's actually a due date for this for staff and the board. So we have a strategic plan that well articulates the focus of our efforts. And that was a strategic plan that was adopted in 2019. And it continues today to help focus our priorities. It's actually pretty remarkable when you look at our strategic plan and a lot of the efforts to respond to COVID-19. There was a lot of consistency between our social emotional learning efforts, well-being of students and staff, need for community engagement, our excellent staff, and our effective use of resources, all in service of really working towards positive academic outcomes for our students. And so our strategic plan does truly ground us and give us a guidepost for where we're going in terms of a district. And so as we think about if you will, we call it a theory of action, but why do we do this? It's if we implement the strategic efforts within the parameters of the operational expectations, we'll continue to make progress towards accomplishing the board's results policies. And if you think about all of these things being nested together, the board's results policies really are the ultimate measurement of our strategic plan, because you think about results 1, 2, and 3, those do help to measure the overall strategic efforts of the district. Policy 6000 is on the administrative side, but as the board knows, there are certain administrative actions that require a school board to take formal action, and adopting a budget and going through that formal process is one of those. And so you can see here some of the different components around the annual budget. It's tangible evidence of the board's commitment towards fulfilling your goals and outcomes. It's about program planning and budget development to provide for staff participation and sharing of information across our communities. Then as we move into the budget adoption, we have required public hearings that need to take place with the formal adoption of the budget no later than August 31st. The board also has operational expectation 5, which is financial planning, and within that there's specific components that the board expects the budget planning and process to have within it. And so just recently, or the board will monitor operational expectation 5, yes, in August, as part of the overall budget process, where we provide evidence to each of these expectations.
So I'm going to review again the budget cycle. The budget process is an annual process, and we begin the year with our enrollment and how many students are here in the fall, and then we look at our mid-year projections to determine how our finances are doing during the year and where we expect the end of the year. We shared a little bit of that with the board in March, and right now we're in the budget preparation phase. So we're preparing the budget for next year. That involves not only preparing the budget for next year, but looking 3 years out beyond that, so we can make sure that we're making decisions this year, knowing how those will impact the future. And then we continue to monitor and report, and then the cycle starts over again. So our interests, as we go through the budget process, ultimately, we want student success and to have successful outcomes for our students. We want to be fiscally responsible. Good stewards of our taxpayer dollars is very important. Transparency and clarity We want a healthy organizational culture. We need to balance the needs of the organization and the resources that we have. We want to make sure that we are being efficient and effective with the use of resources. And then equity is also at the forefront as we're going through these processes. So how we, again, supporting our strategic and ongoing work, it takes people, human resources, it takes time, and then of course, just overall resources to bring successful outcomes for our students. Our timeline is here, and I know the print is a little small, but in March, we did our strategic survey. We looked at potential, continuing strategic work for the next year. We analyzed those survey results. Our leadership team and working in conjunction with our union group, we reviewed those survey results. In April, we asked departments and staff to develop their budget requests to support programs and practices. We conducted listening sessions, and here we are in May. We're compiling and analyzing the listening session results. SALT is providing feedback on some of the strategic work and budget priorities. We'll finalize those items at the beginning of June. Mike and his team are working on finalizing the LEAP calendar, which is our professional learning, and beginning our August planning. We will bring the budget with strategic work items to the board, and then the public feedback period begins. And then in August, we have a public hearing and the board takes action on the final budget. The other, this one, or mine, I can do this one. We kind of break our budget into kind of three categories. We know this year, I'll start with on the very right, that we are bargaining with 3 classified groups. We also have our handbooks for professional prop tech and district leadership team being reviewed right now. And then next year we will have bargaining with our teachers. And so we need to, again, know that those take resources. We also have organizational capacity items. Those are things that that are needed, such as legal requirements, growth and service level maintenance, in order to continue functioning as a district. So examples are maintenance staff, technology, payroll, things like that. And then we have our strategic outcomes, which are resources that are needed to achieve those goals. And examples are focus is MTSS, equity, and inclusive practices.
Yeah, I am. And so, as I said, as I opened, there are some unique elements around this budget year. The board is aware of that we're currently spending more than revenue that is being brought in. We also know that the organization is having a much different experience right now in terms of coming back from COVID. We know that there's some significant challenges with student behavior and those kinds of pieces within our schools. And so as we go through this process, even though we have a quicker timeline for when our revenue and expenditures do need to be back into alignment, there will come a point during this process that I bring to the board a recommendation to do some one-time spending for next year to increase levels of student and staff supports, because without that, it would be a dire situation for our schools. And so that's going to be part of this process, and what helps inform that recommendation that I'll ultimately bring. What you see here on the screen, we asked, and I have 2 different data sets that I'm going to share with you. First, we've actually asked our school administrators throughout the entire year a couple of times to respond to the same survey, if you will, just to give us feedback as to, what are the experiences of schools. And so you can see here how they rated a few different elements, with number 1 being rated the highest in both October and in March. of supporting students with significant behavior needs. And that has been consistent throughout the year. And it's probably relatively reasonable to think we have so many students that work out of school for 16, 18 months. And so pro-social behaviors, appropriate classroom behaviors, ability to interact and socialize appropriately. We had first and second grade students that hadn't been at school before. And so it's reasonable to assume that those behaviors would be more challenging. But we also know our middle school students are presenting more challenging right now. We're having increased behaviors that we typically don't see at the high school level. So this is true across the board. And so you can see here some of the top needs as indicated by our administrators. Significant behavior needs of our students, staff wellness, student academic needs. They're citing those as challenging. And then coverage for classified positions. They also then list a couple down coverage for our certificated substitute teacher positions. So this is data that helps us to understand from the voice of our leaders in the buildings. But these data here are themes that we heard from the listening sessions that we just concluded with staff, and appreciate the team that actually went and used a process to consistently record that information so we could actually pull themes consistently across the board. So you can see here just some of the most common themes that we saw: staff needs, workload, substitute support, classified staffing, instructional needs. Again, the system is telling us that the academic needs of our students are of utmost important. School structures, again, things like workload planning time, class configuration. The impact of the 7-period day was something we actually heard quite a bit from our staff listening session. And then the SEL, social emotional impacts on students at all levels. And so, it's actually interesting, the consistency that both our administrators and our staff are citing some of the challenges that they're currently seeing. And so with that, you heard Barbara speak to the request for, we call them budget add requests, but it's really just the identification of need and what's the subsequent fiscal impact around that item. And so we went through that process. We received about $10 million worth of organizational needs. And it's then on us to go through a process with the different stakeholder groups to really unpack that, to understand. But we also, in that bucket of fiscal responsibility, we can't do it all. And so it's identifying those areas that will have the highest leverage of support for the system. And so that's the work we're going through right now. But you can imagine just hearing the voices of our staff and our administrators, ensuring that we consider student behavioral needs, substitute support, and the appropriate levels of classified staffing to the degree we can. That is our primary focus at this time. But you can imagine there are needs across the system that we're going to have to say no to this year. And that's just the reality of the budget situation that we're in. And so we have received those. We've actually done a process with our strategic advisory leadership team, where we probably spent about half a day just understanding the requests. Our teams got together to evaluate them. Then they actually helped us with some prioritization. We're going to do some additional work tomorrow with our overall district leadership team, because it's just that important to ensure that we're understanding the requests and the needs in the system.
Real quick question. What covered the notes? Or what notes covered? Did you also gave notes and staff what couldn't be done?
Oh,
I was curious.
yeah. So we're kind of going through that process right now. We haven't officially said no to any of the budget requests, but we've been upfront with our leaders at this point, specifically around just the budget picture, the fact that we won't be able to do everything, but some of that is requests here centrally as well, to respond to system needs. Some of them are school-based needs. And so we'll be able to articulate that from the board as well.
Appreciate it.
It's a great question. And so Barbara's going to walk through the preliminary budget information, starting with some levels of enrollment, which, as you know, enrollment drives our budget, and that will help paint a picture for where we are and identify some next steps.
And Chris and his team have been working very hard to get preliminary numbers, and we're still number crunching, getting ready for the first draft of the budget. But we had our budget manager retire after 30 years here, and so our Kevin Simmons, who replaced her, is doing great, but it's a big learning curve. So anyway, working through all the data. I wanted to start first with our enrollment data. This shows history. I changed our typical line chart that you normally see and turned it into a bar chart with the actual numbers, and to show kind of what's changed since fall of 19. And we've shared with the board that we lost about 500 students the first year after the pandemic, lost a little bit in 21-22, and then I'm going to walk through our 22-23 kind of projections, because that's, as you can see there, that's a little bit of a larger decline that we're budgeting in enrollment.
Question, 22-23 includes the online students.
It does.
Thank you.
Yeah, it assumes all students that are registered and
Okay.
projected.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And so I'm going to just walk through. Sorry, you're clicking. I got to remember who's clicking here. So, so just to focus on elementary and kind of changes. These are head count numbers. So you can see that our elementary projections have decreased. And if you click one more, from about 15,347, and then next fall we're projecting an additional decline of 630 students just over this year to 13,633. So cumulatively at elementary, we've declined 1,700 students. And some of that, about half of that, is due to kindergarten. In the next slide, John, it shows kind of our current status of our kindergarten registration. And so we today have 1,500 students registered for kindergarten. Based on that, we are projecting about 1,800 students. And again, sorry, these numbers are about 2 weeks old based on what's in the budget. And we look at our numbers every week, and actually as of this morning's numbers, we believe we can bump that projection up to 1,900. So we'll be making that adjustment for the budget. But our typical kindergarten enrollment is 2,300 students. Last year, we had 2,150 students. So we're still, even at 1,900, we're still lagging behind our normal kindergarten. And then at middle school's been fairly the most level. And if you remember too, that we are, our bubble, so to speak, our large class was moving through our middle school and into our high school. It's actually, I think, second year into our high school. So you'll see on the next slide, but don't go there yet. So 172 student decline at our middle school. But in high school, we've actually been increasing. So go to the next slide, because of that student bubble. Okay, so in the fall of 19, we had 7,892 students. This fall, we had 8,446. We're projecting just a slight decline of 8,372.
Guessing that the lowering of kindergarten is due to vaccines not being available on another round, or if that's one of my hypotheses, right?
I mean, I can't predict
Okay.
why that is. We don't know if people are moving out of the area, attending private schools. we have done Shannon and her team have put out numerous communication to remind families to register.
I was at a meeting at the Puget Sound ESD recently, and all but one superintendent was reporting a decline in kindergarten enrollment. And that the one district that was reporting level, they're a district of about 500. And so we're seeing across the region, significant declines in kindergarten enrollment. And so I think there's a few things. It could be vaccine, it could be the response to COVID as well. And those pieces, it could be private school moving out of the area. So I think it's all of those combined. Probably not just one.
So the next chart, so just wanted to gauge the levels, but this is a combination of all of that information. So the first column is because we're talking about budget, I wanted to kind of show you budget to budget data. So the first column is the 21-22 budget, budgeted enrollment. So we budgeted about 29,777 students. You can see how that's broken down, 29,000, almost 400 at our different various levels, and then the skills center, and then what we call ALE, which is alternative learning experience, and those are Emerson K-12 students are in that program, and it's funded differently than our elementary, middle, and high school students. And then our online secondary program is funded through ALE. The elementary program this year that is funded through basic, same as basic ed. And then the next column shows our actual enrollment. So we were slightly higher than budgeted, and then the 22-23 column shows what we're budgeting for next year. And just a reminder, we budget conservatively because we also don't want to, assume we're going to receive revenue and then make planned expenditures should we not receive that. So we budget conservatively. We provide contingency in the budget in case our enrollment numbers do come in higher than we planned, which they did this year. So you can see the change, the budget change for actual enrollment is about 789 students. And then the change from budget to budget. So at elementary, from budget to budget, we're down about 500 students. At the middle level, about 170. At the high school, fairly flat. From budget to budget, we're projecting about 650 students down. But you can see at ALE, because of the addition of the ALE as secondary, we're increasing 100 students. So the net enrollment change, and sorry, that should be a negative in parentheses, I missed that, is a decrease of 547. So, and that's about, you receive less funds from the state, but you also hire less staff for those positions. But it's still, when we were growing, you have kind of a net increase, a net impact from to the good. When you're growing, when you're declining, you have a net loss of probably about $2 to $3 million impact for that decline. So, right. So then the next slide, these are just other things that will affect when we provide details to the board in June, detailed budget. Other enrollment changes that affect the budget. So our CTE enrollment continues to increase. So about 50 in middle school and 230 in high school. Our special education enrollment is increasing slightly at preschool, but decreasing at K-21. So slight decline there. And then ELL, in the budget, we have more enrolled in ELL and less students exiting the program. And that actually has a revenue impact to us because we receive funding for the students who are exiting some transition funds. And when the number of students exiting the program decreases, we actually receive less funding. So.
was the pandemic and not being able to keep the work going.
Yeah, Mike, you may be able to speak to the reduction in our ML students exiting at a lower rate. Isn't that because we weren't able to actually test students on the same cycle, and so we weren't actually able to exit them?
Okay.
So we had more students so that's, yeah.
Personnel.
It was due to COVID.
Yeah.
So our enrollment is, let's see, our enrollment is, do you know the answer to that?
We won't have the data unfortunately until later, so that's the challenge is, so we're conservatively budgeting, but we don't know if, because when does the testing happen? I think it's happening now. Okay. So EL takes a little longer than the rest of our programs to get the kind of their projections for fall, so we should get that in the next couple of weeks.
But being similar numbers to what we saw this year right now, so we get better information.
And I need to change my language on here.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
next.
ignore that.
Yeah.
That's the new.
That's the new multilingual.
Multilingual, I
Yep.
believe, is the correct.
Yep.
term. Okay.
All right, so the next slide is no, that's all right. The other thing, as we do every year, we go through the budget to determine what our fixed costs are going up, and it's typically your heat, lights, your utilities. Our insurance is increasing. It's been increasing significantly for our property and liability insurance. Another $634,000 increase is expected out of about, I think the premium's around $5 million right now. Utilities is increasing. We are running more air through, we're running our HVAC systems more, so that's increasing costs. Additional filters. We have leases for space needs such as West Park and our YWCA, and then fuel for our buses and our vehicles. And we're continuing to analyze our transportation budget. So in the next couple weeks, we'll have additional information because our specialized transportation providers, ALC and Hop, Skip and Drive, their costs significantly increased this year. The good news is we also we believe we'll be getting some additional revenue for transportation. So we can offset some of those needed budget increases with additional revenue. So we'll be analyzing that.
Yeah. Transportation revenue.
Yeah, but from what for?
Oh, so it's transportation revenue is a complicated formula. It's a regression analysis, and it's based on prior year spending, and it is about ridership too. But we believe that we're well below our revenues right now are really based on kind of spending, and so
We're projecting, with our current expenditures, we're projecting our expenditures this year will be higher than,
we were.
will be lower. We're going to go with the lower of this year's expenditures or the calculated formula. And so this year's expenditures will be at least $2 million more than we got revenue from.
No, I was just, when you said something about the alternative, ALC and so forth, that'd be catching up or something.
Yeah, they unfortunately, and we aren't allowed to claim for our actual costs, though
Okay.
the legislature did put a one-time funding in for the homeless costs that districts can apply,
Okay.
kind of like a safety net, like we do for special ed. The challenge is the money they put in there. Seattle said that they could use all of it. So the amount of money that they put in the budget for the state will not go as far as what it's costing districts to transport our McKinney-Vento students. So, yeah. Okay, and then, go ahead and you've seen this chart before, just a reminder that, through, good fiscal management in 1819, prior to there and that we've been increasing our fund balance, being conservative in spending. And so last year, revenues equaled expenditures, but we know going forward, so we've been able to use that increase in fund balance to that helped tide us through the pandemic, and with those extra costs that we have that weren't funded, through our ESSER grants. So we know that we've been budgeting more than our actual revenues, but we're using that fund balance, and so that is going to continue, and we will need to address that. And the next slide really is the details, and we've shared similar numbers with the board before. These are updated with preliminary budget numbers. Again, we still have additional enrollment that we've just talked about, kindergarten, we still have transportation numbers, we still have budget ads requests to review. So those things are still in there, but just a reminder, the second column, the 21-22 estimated column, that is kind of our where we're estimating to be this year. You'll see on the board materials tonight, there's a budget extension. Those numbers, the budget extension is higher than these numbers just because we also don't want to cut it so close and exact. So we're asking for capacity higher than that 512 there, just so we're not cutting it close. So we're projecting an ending fund balance of about 70 million. We know that typically our projections assume that every program spends every dollar, every building spends every dollar, and we know that doesn't always happen, and that there's will be carryover, such as building budgets, our skills center, our CTE, our grants may have carryover. And so we are, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be analyzing that to determine if we want to, based on that, budget, a slightly higher number, knowing that we typically do have carryover each year. And so we'll be, again, reviewing that in the next couple of weeks. So you can see that for 2020, for 22-23, we have additional revenue due to state allocations for compensation, benefits, pension amounts, levy dollars, and then we also have those additional expenditures due to those same, the cost of the IPD or COLA, the local cost of that, and in addition to the fixed costs that I talked about. And so some of those are the major players for those numbers. And then, so you can see we are planning on spending down our fund balance, and next year and the year after, and then by 24-25, we will need to bring expenditures back in alignment with revenues, so that we can meet fund balance requirements. Yep.
Is this school year or the following school year that we clear extra dollars in?
So McCleary actually impacted us in the 18-19 school year.
Right. I thought it was the salary, the bump for the teachers look at it over, it's out, that bump kind of in stuff.
So I know there's a work group that's looking at McCleary and salaries,
Okay.
but the funding we're receiving from McCleary is consistent moving forward, unless there's a work group that makes a different recommendation, and then the legislature decides to act upon it.
Okay, I thought it was a drop off like not this year, just the following year.
Yeah, so we, for us, the if you will, drop off is the end of our reserves being able to continue to fund our extra expenditures. But in terms of McCleary funding, that's, for the foreseeable future, that's relatively stable.
Okay.
And so,
There are other districts that were grandfathered as far as their salaries, and those grandfathering were lowered over time. And so that is happening to
we have
some of our
districts,
neighbors in the north, Everett, Mukilteo. There's one more, but
Kristen and Eric.
what's that? Yeah.
Okay, so, right, so the 5% carryover, can you explain a little bit more detail about how and why we have it written in to have 5% carried forward on the budget? It's about a $500 million budget, that's about $25 million, and you can see the box there is saying that we're going to be below 5%.
Yeah, so you're talking about the minimum fund balance policy. So right now, there's a policy that our minimum, that's ending fund balance number, should be about 5% of revenues. And so that's around $25 to $27 million. And so that's correct that, so in 24-25, we would need to, again, bring expendiures more in alignment with revenues so that that ending fund balance stays at the, or is back to the 25 to 27 million. And really that 5% fund balance is there in case there's emergencies. There's some districts, we're fortunate to have a capital facility levy to pay for, a leaky roof or a roofing emergency or a boiler emergency. Some districts don't have necessarily those emergency funds set aside, so you use your fund balance to, you have that 5% reserve to deal with emergencies and fluctuations.
The numbers on the screen for 2023, those include those one-time ads that you're saying you expect to see.
So there's a few things it does not include.
Okay.
It does not include the one-time ads. It does not include an adjusted beginning fund balance, because we know that the beginning fund balance will be higher, as it typically is, because not all staff positions are filled, not all budgets are fully spent. So we know that will be slightly higher. There's enrollment adjustments that will continue to occur, like the kindergarten projection of currently it's listed at 1,800 just as of today, bumping that up to. So those are pieces that are all still in play, some of which add to the budget, some of which reduce the budget.
Our final enrollment number goes like October.
Correct. October 1 is our
Yeah.
final.
Yeah.
And we don't know, to be honest, we don't know our beginning fund balance until really October-ish.
Yeah.
Because that's when we close the books.
That should carry over.
So last year it was 14 million. Well, Carrie, I want to make sure we're answering your question correctly. Carryover in term, so that's a term that our budget folks use specifically around program budgets and things like, is that what you were asking about? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Good.
those are the building budgets, the skill center, the CTE. It was around.
Funds that are returned.
Yeah, it was around 14 million last year, which is, as we get larger, that number, it's been getting larger each year. We have more programs, right?
Did you say it's getting larger?
Yeah, just because we have more programs, more grants, and because we had been, our enrollment had been growing, so we want to make sure.
Another question, but I'm gonna let you guys first, so I can answer.
And then, just wanted to, again, be transparent around what assumptions are in the outlook beyond the next year's budget. So we are providing in those out years just a very small enrollment growth, about 150 students per year. Again, we know that the growth is continuing. There's continued development in our area. Businesses, Google, Microsoft, Facebook are moving in, so we know that growth is coming. It's just how fast will it come. It does assume a prototypical model change is phased in through 24-25. The legislature, officially adopted the second year of the biennial budget. For next year, they will have to adopt the formal biennial budget for those funds to be there through 24-25. The state IPD average is 2% per year for 23-24 and beyond. No other significant changes in state funding. The levy amount is based on voter approval, the voter approved amount. And then our expenditure assumptions, our certificated, classified, and administrative staffing is aligned with enrollment growth or loss and staffing ratios. Our ongoing there will always be ongoing local costs over state funding for salaries, benefits, and retirement. And then ongoing fixed cost increases, strategic ads and reductions are needed. So those are planned in those assumptions. And then,
Enrollment minimal growth 5% per year. That's after the current. So for the next year, we are projecting a decrease, but then thereafter we are projecting 5% increase. Is that right?
Which is about 150 students, correct?
Okay, so that's reflected in the.
It is reflected in the ongoing, yeah.
Okay. State IPD average 2% per year. So I'm just trying to remember. So in the last year, what the state said the IPD was higher, 5%.
5.5.
5.5. And what was the cost what was our local cost for that difference?
About $5.5 million. So for every 1%, it's about $1 million.
Okay.
So should the state IPD go beyond the 2%, then that is additional costs that we don't have estimated right now.
Okay. Understood.
I know. Okay. I know we've always done a conservative estimate on growth. Historically, what are we usually, how conservative is our projection under the actual? Is it 0.5? Is usually, I think it's actually usually double, triple, or it's only up a half a point or whatever.
I think there's multiple answers to that.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and get you the actual data, but we're like this year, for example, we were up about 100 students over what we projected. There have been years it's been higher, but we're pretty close.
Okay.
We're within that 0.5%. And that's the reason we do provide contingency, so that in case we get additional students that we have, if the resources come in, then we can have those expenditures, and we can spend these funds. And we most likely will build in some additional contingency into the budget as well, just given, maybe there's some additional grants out there that we aren't aware of now that will be coming in. We know there's some accounting changes required for leases, really boring stuff that we're going to have to record expenditures differently. And then just the enrollment potential, if there is a sudden change in enrollment. So we'll probably be, again, increasing the contingency on both the revenue and expenditure side. So again, those budget numbers will look very different in the actual June budget. So you're still adding to it, both on the revenue side and the expenditure side.
So following on the demographic projections, there's a couple numbers I want to make sure that my back of the envelope is accurate. First is, I think the state had pulled back to about 3% enrollment, and we had pulled back to about 1.5%, so we had less, they pulled back over the pandemic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at our numbers then, it was about 700 lower next year. And out of that 700, back of the envelope, it looked like we're missing about 500 kindergartners. Which was interesting. The number I didn't see, like, you didn't have stuff broken out for first through fifth, was back of the envelope from the numbers you did show, there's only about 200 missing first through fifth graders. So it really is a major kindergarten impact, not as big an impact as the first through fifth. Is that accurate?
Yeah, the 600 difference, because what we're really, if you're looking at actual to budget, I don't know if you want to go back to that enrollment slide, like actual to budget, about half of that is kindergarten, because we are at 2150 right now for kindergarten, and go down to 18 of the enrollment one, which maybe that one, I think is what you're asking. And then the rest of it really is in grades 1 through 5. So we're just moving ahead. We have a class of 2,400 students moving from 5th grade to 6th grade, but we've got a class of 2,300 coming behind them, just again at the elementary level. So just those little bits per grade level.
Right.
So.
And this is all getting at something that Mark had asked, which was around where does it go? And it doesn't look like they've gone elsewhere in the state. And I'd be really surprised if our private schools have so much capacity that they're able to take that. So I'm puzzled. But it also leads to the last demographic question, which I've got, is has there been a baby bust courtesy of the pandemic? Have we got numbers on the births around here?
Yeah, we also track our
Yeah.
births and every year, and
That would be 5 years out.
total
Yeah.
King County births, and again, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but total King County births have been declining the last, but again, 5 years in the future. I think the last 3 years, Chris, does that?
Well, it's
Ring a
really the
bell.
pandemic where I'm wondering if it has an outsized impact on delaying growth. So
Yeah. Our demographer, the national trends
Yeah.
are that total births are down. And we are waiting, I think the stats for this year's numbers,
Yeah.
which will give us 2021 births, I think we get them just in the next couple of weeks. So we get them in May or June. So.
And this
We
is
can
less
get that.
about the
Yeah.
budget for next year as some of the planning for capital facilities, those numbers.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the other, again, the 1 year outlook and what we do for budgeting is different. We are conservative in our budgeting, which is different than when we're planning for our facilities.
Yeah.
We take a little less conservative approach because we also want to make sure we have enough space for the students that are expected to come.
Oh, I don't know when it's approved, but they're interesting, good, solid data, so knock on wood, it'll be by next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the end of our time.
So I'm struggling with the assumption for the enrollment growth of 0.5% per year. It's, I totally understand, pandemic in the last 3 years, but having a 3-year decline in enrollment and then projecting a 0.5% growth, without knowing where the students went, I'm struggling I'm wondering if that's not conservative enough of a projection.
months?
Yeah, no, it's a good question, and one we will continue to evaluate, because I think, you know, the last 2 years have also kind of taken away our trend data, meaning, you know, the trends are not, we don't have trend data for the last 3 years that can be used to predict the most immediate future. And so we know last year we were in the same place about conservatively projecting kindergarten, and you know, every month we close that gap and, you know, registered 21 100 students. So we've actually, our kindergarten numbers actually increased in 21-22 over 2021. So we had like 2150 the year before, we had 2120. And so we haven't kept the 2300 that we were at, but we've been at least level the last 2 years. So it
like
will.
That trend like makes sense.
Yep.
Get their kids home.
Right.
The year before when it was new, there was a vaccine, they're gonna switch.
Yep.
That makes sense. But year over year, for 3 years, we're seeing decrease, projecting 0.5% increase, not necessarily knowing what this cause is.
There's a lot of people that weren't moving in though during the pandemic. Didn't see a lot of moving of homes, moving families around the country. I don't think that much. And correct me if I'm wrong,
Well,
but we're now seeing a lot of growth in the housing. And again, mine's a little microcosm, but it's, we got empty nesters, 3 kids.
yeah, I think there's a few data points for me. One, our demographer. They continue to point to growth in the region, and so, you know, they're supportive of that. You'll hear a data point tonight in the boundary presentation that you received, and Barbara will report. We're tracking over 100 developments within our district boundaries right now. We know our large tech companies, they're either building new offices presently or have plans to. So there are signs that growth will continue in our school district, in our region. So all of that put together, we see another decline in enrollment, or if our current projected decline comes true, which I certainly hope it doesn't, but then we may have to ask our demographer to give us a different look. But, you know, I'm sure there's questions we can ask of our demographer about kind of where people have gone.
Say that again.
Historically, how accurate is it?
We just engaged them the year before the pandemic. I'm trying to think. So they just did our first 10-year review for the pandemic. So.
And so we've been accurate within
Yeah, our
a percent and a half of our, you know, overall student numbers for years. Brought the demographer in just to ensure that we were being as targeted and accurate as possible. So we're in a weird spot right now with just that whole enrollment piece.
Challenge right now is we don't have a trend that can apply yet where it's going. So it's going to be a hard year for forecast. I don't mind for budget purposes being quite conservative. Because if kids show up, the budget will stay forever. Just don't hire teachers.
So it's broke around by 238.
I find the rest of myself.
I'm glad you're not in the answer part. Okay.
We all do our small parts.
Tell your neighbors.
And so I think, you know, kind of the conclusion of this for me is the board can expect to see some additional spending for next year in those key categories that I spoke to. It's narrowing in on what are the specifics that we believe will provide the highest leverage of support, knowing that, again, that would be a 1-year add. These are not long-term ads we're talking about, but there are specific areas that we do need to address next school year.
Just go back to the, slide 22, the chart with historical perspective. Yeah, 21 is there. So just, if you look at that, we've got 10 years of getting about 550 years, something on the order of 2% growth. So 1.5 is actually taking that down for sure, but I don't think it's, I mean, that's the thing, if it was me, it would be a slag. The market is actually taking out of what's the budgeted, or allowed developments, what's the birth rate, how many kids are getting generated per unit. They're using pretty fine grained details.
Right,
Yeah,
but
okay,
we
that
don't
would-
have we don't have a concrete reason for the student.
Yeah,
Right, and I think that's the concern.
Yep.
Like,
and I'm not sure we're gonna get
I
it.
think if we start planning for increases, we're expecting some of those back that don't know where they've been. They're being homeschooled, if it's private school, state, and don't have a foundation other than maybe it was pandemic. And so I guess that's where my concern is with, okay, is it gonna be next year that we start seeing those increases again? I'm not saying that it's gonna continue to decrease forever, but I'm just curious, is it next year that we will actually see increases, or is it be year after that, is it be after that?
One of the challenges with kindergarten numbers being significantly lower, we don't have data in the first place to even know, they were in our system and what, where did they go? What was their reason for reporting a transfer, an exit? Did they submit a request to homeschool? All of those pieces, which we have for all of the other grades. Kindergarten, they just, at least at this point, they're just not showing up with the typical pattern that we've seen. Yeah.
I can see decreased interest here.
We had lower students that were in our fee-based,
Fee-based students.
right? But in terms of our other programs, it's been relatively consistent.
People apply. Now we have a track of how many applied years.
Can ask for that. We have it. It's either,
It's one of those things that I thought, well, okay, I didn't know we had the ability to track it, quite frankly. If we have applications out, the city that gives us a little bit, I don't know.
and it's
Probably just not enough. to
it's
look
not
at.
as substantial as I would have thought it would have been, but we can look at those to see if we can pull that into something coherent.
Yeah, if it's worth doing, do it.
Yeah.
If it's infinitesimal, we get done.
Historically, had a bunch of first graders materialized. That's still true, is that random? The number of first graders.
Yeah, it's
was
about 10, we get
significant.
about 10 to 12%, 10 to 15% growth between kindergarten and first grade, and that's still happening, not as much. I'm just, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I was just
for
wondering how
example,
that
we had 2,100 kindergartners and 2,350 first graders, so a gain there. But yeah, pre-pandemic, we had about 25 to 2,600 students per grade level in elementary, and we're at 23 to 24.
Okay, we have another agenda item at 5:30, so any last questions on the budget? Okay, so, following today's study session, there's a board meeting held at 7 PM. And since there are no other agenda items, the study session is now adjourned.